Okay, we're back. Well, he likes your front yard.
Oh yeah, he definitely does. And he'll come, he or she'll come right up to us, right up to your face. She just wafted right through here. She just went right over there. So, 500 years, the Spanish, 1540, 1640, 1740. By 1740, the otter was extinct.
Yeah, I'd heard a little bit about that.
Yeah.
There was, yeah.
1830, the beaver is extinct. The Bill Williams, the great Bill Williams mountain man, that we named the Bill Williams River after, it happened about the early 1800s, about 1838. By then, they had wiped out the beavers in all of the Gila River basin.
There were beavers in the Gila River.
Oh yeah, beavers were everywhere. They were the original hydrologists. In fact, think of this. As the Ice Age retreated, here's water, water, water. Beavers always kick their babies out of their nests. So they have to find a new place to live. Well, as territory is expanding, the hydrologic system of pond, beavers were the meadow makers. You know that? They would take a creek, dam it up, and pretty soon they would take the immediate forest apart, which made their house and home, but eventually that would all silt in, and the meadows would be then laced only with channels, just channels that the beaver had made,
yeah.
And a meandering, deep, clean, crystal clear creek is filled with fish. And they would do that over and over and over and over and over. Some of the dams were as big as like 5 miles wide. Strong enough so that the conquistadors could actually ride their horses over the tops of the beaver dams. And in fact, the expedition coming up the San Pedro River, get this, they started up the San Pedro River knowing that they got to go north. Well, they come to the first tributary, and it's so wide and so deep they can't cross it with their horses because they wear armor. You're going to drown your horse, not like an Indian who can swim his horse. So they'd have to take their armor off, all their kit, make a raft, put the armor on this, and then they and the horses swim across and pull the raft with this, and reassemble their kit, and march another half a mile to 2 miles to the next tributary, and you do it all over again. They were like, holy shit, if we do this, it's going to take us 100 years to get up here. You know, we've been 2 months and we've only gotten six crossings. So they ran up to the foothills where they could see the San Pedro, and each one of these little foothill areas was a meandering creeks, but that they could cross on the beaver dams. And when they crossed the creeks, the fish were so thick in the streams, the horses' hooves would kick them in the head, and they'd stun and pick them up, and they were the trout as long as a man's arm with the red throat, which is what? Cutthroat trout.
Yeah.
Now, they were riding up on the beaver dam. There was one thing I read in one of the ancient articles. They were getting into the fall, and the fall migration was coming, and there had been just wave after wave after wave of birds. I mean, you know, the sky's just blackened, where the flock takes 3 or 4 days. You know, they had billions and billions of birds that were in total free association with all the land, moving from this flower zone to this one, to this one, to this one, and it all went all the way north and all the way south and pulsed constantly. And that's what the Native Americans lived in. What they also, you may not know, in the first 100 years since contact, we never even saw any of the Native Americans. Probably 95 to 99% of them were dead from influenza, smallpox, brought by us over here, and they had no resistance whatsoever, and it went rampant. This is why when the conquistadors were coming here, there was nobody in the village except some really tough survivors. These Apaches and this and the rest of these guys that were left over were some tough dudes. So